Hi everybody, it's Lace. Well, Lace in a different body. I just happen to be in a Jet Blackheart, which is one of my alts that's very low level, and I wanted to use her to demonstrate the race route to show that you don't need to be a certain level to do this race or anything like that. Low level adventurers are more than welcome, and you should have no problem competing it. This is for the new Britannia Breast Cancer Awareness Bi-Athalon, which will be running October 22nd at 1 p.m. starting in Diamond Fields, which is where I am. And there's the docks where you'd zone in. We have a sign, saying go up the hill and go to the pavilion. And this is what we would expect of you. You run up this. It's a little dark right now to show it, but you'd run up the hill. Right here you'll see that this is going to say this is going to be where the starting line is, but make sure to visit the pavilion due north for the check-in, and that's where you're going to get the outfit like I have on. Let's put a little light on the subject. And it's basically going to be a purple kilt in honor of Lacey, a community member who just recently passed away due to breast cancer. We had a lot of great sponsors that are listed on the official forums that enabled us to provide not only the pink coconut bras but pink gloves, and these sneakers may not show the pink very well, and I'm calling them sneakers because they were the closest thing I could find to like a high top racing sneaker. They are pink, countach pink, which comes from the Make a Difference store. And that's how we got their outfits. But basically, as a check-in, we'd ask everybody to come along around here. And again, there's a sign. Getting a little backed up there. There we go. And it's going to say just run down the line of officials. And right down here, we'll have some folks here from Prism handing out these exact items: your bras, your kilts, your gloves, and your boots. Once you get that, then do please go to the starting line, which is down here. Anyway, that's how we'd like to organize the beginning of the event. When we get to the starting line, we are going to have a moment of silence, and if the bagpipes cooperate, we would like to play a little song in honor of Lacey right before this race begins. This will be the starting line. On the forums for this event, we've listed a Novia map that shows the various checkpoints. Now it's up to you the order that you visit these things, but I am going to give you a brief run through now. Because of where Diamond Fields is positioned, you could either go an Erie route and then loop back around and come back through Exeter back to this area, which is where Siren Song Bayou and the finish line is, or you can go an Exeter route and loop through that way and then come back through the Erie route and come back here. You could do double backs. How you do the route is up to you. I'm not going to tell you the exact best time way to do it, but it is designed, and it is fairly much of a loop where you can go one way or the other. And once you commit to that route, you're going to want to fully fledge that out and come back around. And again, you can see this visually represented on the map that's on the forums, and I'm going to show you that here real quick. Okay, so here is the map that we've posted on the forums, and basically we're going to start in Elysium at Diamond Fields, which is a sub-POT off of Port Phoenix. There's also a race leg that'll go to Jade Valley, and you can either do that at the beginning or at the end of your leg, and the finishing point is going to be Siren Song Bayou. Now Siren Song Bayou is right in the same cluster here, and you can either access it from Diamond Fields again, which is accessible from Port Phoenix or Jade Valley, or you can access it obviously from Jade Valley. So you're going to have to work out that. Diamond Fields and Siren Song Bayou do not have overland access, so think about that when planning your route. The other stops that we're going to do is we're going to stop in Cottage Grove way up here, and I've kind of showed the Erie boats and the Exeter boats, which are the boats that come off of the area around the Elysium area. I think you can get the Exeters like down here, and the Erie boats like really right around there. That one will take you to that point. The Exeter boat will take you to that point. And from there, you'll decide if you're going to like do an Erie route, which will take you up this way and then back down this way, or if you're going to take an Exeter route, which will take you down this way and then back up, and how you're going to do that. So Cottage Grove, that is where they have laid out an area in honor of Lacey. This is the folks of EVL that have done that. And then here we have Serpent's Watch. where we will have a chest laid out for folk, or laid out with the race flyers. Then in central Brittany, the first wagon on the right as you zone into central Brittany from the overland map, is going to have an exit to Alisar's Forest. They have sponsored a cache with race flyers. And then also, now Owl's Head is not shown on this overland map here, but Owl's Head will have a check-in point. And believe it or not, even though everybody lives in Braemar, Owl's Head, and all these other places, nobody from there would sponsor a public cache. So I myself, Lace, at my house in Owl's Head, will sponsor the public cache there. In addition, we have a place that's sponsored in Ardoris, and then we have one in Wolves Den. Now, the exact people who have sponsored this will be listed out not only in the handout that will be given to each racer, it will be posted on the forums, but this is just show you the basic stopping points. Finding each individual house, well, look at the video, and I'm going to give you some hints on that. And then also, it will be in your flyer to know whose house you need to find the public cache. You're not running around. I will also call out the town criers where it's applicable, where you might need to find the town crier first before finding the person's house, or if from the zone in you can encounter the person's house before finding the town crier, I will highlight that in the video. Hope this is going to help everybody, and I hope that our dedicated racers really take the time to look at this, and get through my spouting off at the mouth like I like to do to learn the routes. So regardless if I went to Jade Valley now or later, I'm on the overland map, and I have a decision to make. Starting out, that's either am I going to go to Erie, or am I going to run down this coast here towards Xenos and take the ferry to Exeter? That's your choice. For right now, for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and go to Erie. And here I am in Erie. I've got my coconuts equipped. And again, coconuts in Owl's Head, you can get those ahead of time. Staying on the road gives you a little more speed, plus the coconuts, a little more speed. If I go off the trail, I start to slow down a little bit, and sometimes it's a huge amount. And those few seconds could be, what costs you the race, first place versus third or whatever. But don't think just because you think you're you're behind in the race. A lot of folks make up time in the fishing aspect. And then also, there's prizes to be won on all legs of the race. And not just one prize. So if somebody goes, ooh, I got this, and don't think that there's not something else also on that leg of the race, to quit. So don't quit. Keep going. People with breast cancer have to keep fighting. You should keep fighting through this race. You can see me getting stuck with the new mechanics on the overland map and stuff, where you think you're on the road, but you're not really quite on the road, but you don't know why they don't think you're on the road. Anyway, we're going to make a right here and go towards Virtus. This will be the route everybody takes or comes back from, depending on the loop they're taking. I'm not saying that this route's the best route. You're going to need to cut over. So you're either going to cut over here, which is, I forget what the name of that is, or it's Superstition Canyon, which is down there. Oh, this is Virtus Pass. That's right. Virtus Pass or Superstition Canyon. I think the Superstition Canyon is a little easier if you're lower level. I'm not sure which one's going to give you a better time jump, just doing this video ahead of time, but I would go with this one. I think it's a little easier if you're a little bit lower level. So we're going to jump through this. Okay, so we're on the other side of Superstition Canyon, which we just ran through, and we're heading up past Highvale. We'll head up past Resolute, and we're on our way to Cottage Grove. My road's a little hard to see here, and I may be making a wrong turn. Nope, there it is. It's there. And we want to go south here. And there we are at Cottage Grove, one of our race pit stops. And so we are in Cottage Grove, and one of the places that we're going to stop here is the memorial dedicated to Lacey, which is someone from the EVL community who did just recently pass away to breast cancer. I believe she attended my event 6-8 months ago. That was the same Bi-Athalon. I'm kind of talking and pointing here. I'm trying to show you that south by southeast is where the town crier is. And we are looking for, basically, they built a runway in honor of her because a lot of folks got confused with her death and my death because I did a fashion show, then she did a fashion show, and then she died. And a lot of folks actually thought I had died. Not yet. So I believe it's the runway up here. And it is on the way to the town crier. If I'm incorrect in this, I will reshoot this segment of the video. But again, we're heading towards the town crier in the central bridge, large docks. It's all in this kind of same direction. You can see it's kind of south by southeast that we're heading. In the actual race documentation, I will note this compass mark, but I am kind of just, showing it here where it's at. From EVL that this is where it's at. I'm getting a little bit of a lag here. I'm pretty sure it's right around here. I might have just passed it up. Let's see, did I screw up there? I don't think so. I did a bit. So this would be the stage, and I believe that the chest is going to be in here, so south by southeast. Kind of like we showed. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to put the chest, but I believe it's here. And then again, the town crier's down there. If you want to grab that 100 gold while you're here, it is pretty close. He's right down there. I believe this is where the chest is going to be. And if not, like I said, again, I will reshoot this. Now, you may be tempted to go, oh my goodness, wow, I just ran all this way, south by southeast, to do the start on world map. Don't do that. That's cheating. Please don't do that. I'll be looking at, running several time trials between now and the time the event runs, and I'll know that, you zoned out of here in a cheaty fashion. I'm going to do it, possibly, just so this video doesn't run long, but actually, no, I'm not, because I'm just not. It's not really that long, because it's just, you're going to have a super fast computer to cheat well, because by the time you log in, log out, start on world map, it's probably going to be pretty close to the same amount, because it wasn't that big of a run. I know some of the POTs are pretty large, but none of the points that we have right now are too terribly spread out. I'm also on a lot of antihistamines and stuff for my cold, so I could be somewhat punch drunk. And what seems like a short amount of time to me may be a long amount of time to you, or vice versa. Yeah, we can see it's not too terribly far to get back there. Yeah, this is a good minute or two back and forth, but that's part of the race, is that, everybody has to do this and run back. If they choose not to skip this point, and, if they gotta skip, they might want to skip this one. They might take advantage and look at this, they find a speed pass, and go, wow, this is a pretty long way in and a long way out, maybe I'll skip that one. I don't know, it's some strategy to think about. And we're almost out again. So, there we go. So, now that we've checked in at Cottage Grove, we're going to run through Nightshade Pass. And again, I'm on a low-level character. You shouldn't have an issue doing this. So now that we're on the other side of Nightshade's Pass, it's pretty much gravy for the next few checkpoints that we're going to go through. We can run down the road here. We're heading basically towards Britannia. And some of the outlined POTs from there. And the first one we want to hit is Serpent's Watch, which is right up here. So we want to go in there. So we're inside Serpent's Watch. And if I look on my mini map, I can see that the town crier, there's a lake. Let's see what we got. I think the town crier is that one. Central Ridge. I believe the town crier is kind of the south. One of these guys is in there. You might be blocked by another one because we're pretty far away. But basically, we're going to head south to the lot we want to find, and that's one owned by Celine. Now, you could go to the town crier, find the lot owned by Celine, and then come back to it. But really, in this case, I'm going to show you where it's at. It is going to be a lot that's undeveloped. It's not going to have a house on it, so I can't say it's the Viking house or the row house or whatever. And yeah, so there we go. I think that's the town crier lake. It's going to be this way. So hopefully you watch the video. Otherwise, you're going to be running all the way to the town crier to find the lot owned by Celine. Central Ridge Lake, which we are in the lake. We know this. I know there is a town crier icon off this way. I want to say it was up this way. But hopefully you watch this video, and I will say in the documentation for the race that it is to the south, where you're wanting to go. Boom, jump up. Now I'm lost. I know I found this darn place. Now I feel so. There we go. Yeah, I went a little bit off the track, but here it is here. And you can see that it'll say here, you know, if I look at it, it'll say, come on, click on it. It'll say claimed by Celine. So this is where the chest will be. And again, it was basically south. And now I've shown you visually. So anybody that took the time to watch the video now knows where to find that one. And we're going to run back out of here. I'll pick up on the other side after running back out to the north. If you were trying to look on your compass, you will see the overland map exit start to appear once we get closer. But it is basically that direction. So once you've hit your Serpent's Watch checkpoint, your next checkpoint is either going to be Alisar's Forest, which can be accessed off of central Brittany, or you're going to want to take the boat over to Owl's Head. So we have to go to Hidden Vale at some point, which of course is around the central Brittany area, which is one of your other stops. So we'll go into there. One of the funny things is I asked somebody to do the chest and do the flyers in either Hidden Vale or Drachenwald, and I've always seen this thing on the forums of, oh, nobody wants to go to Drachenwald, and maybe I'm saying the name wrong or whatever, but it's like, oh, nobody will go here because you guys changed the minds. Well, you guys were asked specifically a couple times for this event, would anybody represent, and nobody would. Same thing for Hidden Vale. You've got all these big guilds, and not one person stepped forward to say, hey, we'll do a public cache for this event. So I had to step up and say, Hidden Vale, represent, chest thump, and put it on my own piece of land, which I really didn't want to do, but nobody would step up. So when you guys say nobody wants to come to your POTs and stuff, when you see events like this, maybe you should pay attention to where other people are going to advertise your POTs. If you just would have said something, and I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, again, I'll just blame it on antihistamines and perhaps mood-enhancing or mood-changing drugs that I've got going on. We are going to go into Owl's Head now, and I'll meet you inside there. Okay, so we're in Owl's Head. We got our coconuts on, and we're just going to run to where the cache will be. Now, the town crier is going to be probably further than me just showing you where you're going to have to go. So that's going to be up to you if you watch the video. If you didn't, you will just get the clue from the town where the chest is going to be. But of course, it's going to be down this main strip. And we're galloping along. Oh, and well, you know what? Since nobody else wanted to advertise here, and I am kind of a sponsor since I'm giving away a lot of stuff, I am 5 blocks west from the public auction house, public vendor, which is boom, 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 boom. He's that way. That's also Knob, where you can get your coconuts. your public auction house and crafting house is this way, and where you're going to need to go and get your flyer for this leg of the race is 5 blocks west, as the crow flies, but it's pretty much 5 blocks west, and it's going to be my little happy little village lot here, where, hey, again, I have a clearance sale going on armor. This is armor that's +4 to +8, and I'm only going to charge you 1.5 to 2.5k. That's because I've gotten better at making things. There will be a public cash out here, but I've gotten better, so I'm getting rid of all my crap. Which isn't crap to a newbie, so don't take that the wrong way. But anyway, that is your stop in Owl's Head. And you too could have had this advertising point and shown your lot off. But you guys didn't step up. I'm not going to run all the way back. I just want to show you the Owl's Head thing. It's obviously basically back due south. And we'll pick up on the other side. So we have zoned into central Brittany, and guess what? Alisar's Forest is very easy to find. It is going to be this first wagon on the right. However, remember to exit central Brittany, you are going to need to use this balloon, which is going to take you out to Novia. Oops, I'm kind of getting a little happy with the horses there. There we go. You will need to use this staircase to go back out to Novia. It is not going to be this gate. I think it used to be, but you'll see that this gate now takes you to Brittany Estates. So don't do that. You'll want to go into Alisar's Forest, come back out, and then use the balloon to get back to the overland map. So keep that in mind. That should save you some time from messing up and going, oh, I'm in Brittany Estates. How do I get out of that? How do I get to the overland? And things like that. So here we are in Alisar's Forest. Now you have a couple of things to think about, depending on, obviously if you're watching this, the town crier is going to be down that way, and you're looking for a lot owned by Alisar. He's going to tell you that lot is this way. So, again, if you've watched the video, you wouldn't have to go to the town crier, seek him out, and find the lot. But the lot's going to be this Viking home right here, and stuff like that. So there you go. That's all you'd have to do here. Now remember, you're going to go back to the bridge, and when you click on that red covered wagon, it's going to take you back to central Brittany, which you then need to go back to the overland map to go to the next leg of the race. So don't think that this is going to take you to the overland map, because as you see, it doesn't say Novia, it says central Brittany. After exiting central Brittany, or after exiting rather Alisar's Forest and central Brittany, I'm back on the overland map. Let me get my coconut lined up here. I had them off from clicking things in the control point, so I'm going this way. I need to now go to Ardoris, basically, and then by Brightbound Pass. So my ultimate goal is to get to Solus and East Reach Gap. So it's going to be this way. And got my horses equipped, and I may have not had them equipped in some other points where they could have been, and that's just my bad. You can make up speed that way. Unfortunately, when we come up on this desert, we are not going to get a lot of speed out of our coconuts here. Get a little close, you can go around to the right, but it really just ends up slowing down. It's really a path off to something else. Maybe you guys found a better path with the coconuts than I did. I just cut across, because I just haven't really found any coconut paths in the desert, which kind of makes sense. I mean, I can see one up here. I can try to aim for that, maybe pick up a little bit of speed if I angle it right, but I don't know that it's worth the time. A little bit of speed pickup there. East Reach Gap, not that bad of a control point either. As a low player, we are on the other side of East Reach Gap, and we are headed towards Ardoris, our next stop, if we had taken this particular route. Remember, it could easily have been our second stop rather than our next to the last stop, but it just depends on how you chose to run this course. Again, our coconuts are on, which gives us a little bit more movement speed than if we were just trying to run. Coconuts, again, can be obtained by going and seeing Knob, the stable boy, in Owl's Head and saying to him the word horse after you've talked to him. Oh, did I get off track? Did I just go all willy-nilly? Maybe, perhaps. Oops. There we go. So now we're going to go into Ardoris, where we have a stop. So here we are in Ardoris, and of course we can take the boat guy to the square, but the town crier is actually up here, in case you forget who we're going to. And we are going to a lot owned by Bobby Schwadanger. I think that's how you said it, or say it. It was Jerry Fairy Dust, who's a co-owner of this lot, that offered it up as one of our stops. And again, so we ran up to the town crier, which is going to be around here, and I believe this is this guy. Hello, dude. Oh, I'm mounted. Oh, good gravy. Let's just take one of these off. He's ignoring me. See, this is one of the things. The coconuts are great, but this whole mounted, unmounted thing on dialogue really ticks me off. Talk to me. He's going to load all the things. I believe, like I said, it was Bobby. There he is. Bobby Schwadanger. That's who we want to find. So we'll hit set compass destination. We now have a green arrow up here. This is who we want to find, and we are going to go find him. This is where our race flyer will be in this area. And thanks very much to them for sponsoring it. Now, the crafting pavilion, and we're getting ready to come up on square. So, getting serious video and do everything else. We'll see how that comes out. Hold on one moment. Yeah, a bit of a lag speed bump there, but we're right by the crafting pavilion. We're still heading up. We're still on our way to Bobby's house / Jerry's. And you can see I'm following the green arrow. I'm not really doing anything other than following the green arrow. Since this is a very easy example of using that navigation inside of a POT. It says it's like that way. Well, probably going to take a little damage jumping down, but I'm gonna. Oh, now I'm stuck here. I shouldn't have done that, eh? Look at me trying to find the shortcut. That didn't work out well. But now y'all know not to do that. It's still showing over that direction. Okay. I'm just taking all kinds of damage, jumping around like a crazy person. And ho-ho, there we go. Arrived at destination lot. So this would be the public cache we'd be looking for here. So now we need to go back out of here and, you know, probably this, getting back to the square or something. One of these landmarks that are going to be on your compass, you know. Oracle, boatman, yeah. Find a boatman, get back to the boat guy, any kind of boat guy. I may not be going to the most direct boat guy here. This is like the palace. There's probably a boat guy here. I can get back to the main gate. Ah, I'm probably showing y'all a cheat. I'll go back here to him to the main gate, and he would get us out of here. So he's pretty cool, close to that main gate boat guy. There we go. And we'd go out of here. I'll pick up on the other side. It's a little dark right now, but we are coming out of Ardoris. I'm stuck on this little building. We're going to be heading towards Brightbone Pass and Wolf's Den for one of our next stops. Wow, really hard to see the road here. I believe it's this way I want to go. Wow, I really can't see the road. I might have to load a spell, my light spell on. Let's see if I can do it without the light. Sort of kind of making it in the dark. Yep, I believe this is Wolf's Den right up here. Haha, it's Wolf's Den. This is one of our next stops. And again, that's Brightbone Pass, if you don't believe me. Just get up a little closer. See, Brightbone Pass. But where we want to stop is Wolf's Den. And this is our next stop. So I'll meet you inside there in a sec. Okay, we are in Wolf's Den, and we are heading to a Justin's lot, one of the Deco Divas. It's basically south by southeast is what we're looking for, and the chest is going to be around a hot tub. Right now, it's just showing as a regular chest, and I have a query in to make sure that it's going to be a public one. Because obviously if it's a regular chest, nobody's going to be able to get the flyers. But this is basically what the lot should look like. It's pretty close to the entrance. And it's just basically a little bit south, as you can see from the map. So you should be able to find that one pretty easy. And I will pick you up on the other side. Leaving Wolf's Den, I'm going to head down to Brightbone Pass, which is going to take me to Exeter and back to Elysium, or if I'd come the other way, and I will pick up on the other side. And here I am on the other side of Brightbone Pass. I need to head back to basically, wow, it's really dark. I need to head back to, wow, hard to see the road. I need to head back towards Diamond Fields, Jade Valley, Siren Song Bio, and all that. It is going to be off this way. I just really can't even see the road here in the dark. And somehow I've clicked my light spell off this bar. Don't have coconuts on. My goodness, I'm just all kinds of messed up. Hold on. Character, coconut. At least I can run fast in the dark. Let's do that. But coming out of Brightbone Pass, we are going to go this way. Oh, we found the road again. That's probably just muscle memory. We'll come up on Exeter. Take our little boat over to Elysium, well, Xenos, which is off of Elysium, and take our boat. Now, if I was finishing up the route, depending on if I'd hit Jade Valley or not, I would go into a Jade Valley to do that segment, which I think's up here. Yeah, I'd either go into Jade Valley or I go into Port Phoenix, which would take me into Diamond Fields. The landowner's name that we're looking for is Magandahari, and if I double click on the town crier, depending on how I came in, now I came in from Diamond Fields, so I should be able to load in all the landowners. It's going to take a second, and it could cost you some time. But again, if you've looked at this video, I would be showing you where to go, but pretending that you had not, or pretending that you didn't want to, or something like that. My goodness, it's taken way too long. Come on, little dude, tell me. There can't be that many freaking pieces of land. Yeah, get a grip, buddy. Wow, he's really just, yeah. Oof. Looking for Magandahari. There we go, there she is. And set compass destination. So again, if you haven't watched the other parts of the video, we can now find exactly where that person's lot is. We're running for the green compass marker. There's some kind of structure there, so we don't want to run through that. Don't know if we can exit. still going this way. I actually know where it's at. I know it's past this crafting pavilion just because I know. There's this gate. We're going to go through this gate, and then we'd see the set stone that says that this is Magandahari's lot. Now, there is a public cache currently right there. I'm not certain that it's on the actual lot that this belongs to, and I'm not certain that that's the public cache or if the public cache will be out here. But this is the lot, and you should be able to find the cache with the race flyers in there. From here, obviously, you'd want to run back to the northeast or so to get back to the docks or whatever to get to the overland. Remember, you cannot log in and log out just to cheat to get to the overland. But the docks is one way to use other zones to get back to that overland. This is probably going to be the trickiest part of the whole race, is figuring out how do I get back to the overland from all this stuff. Even though there are POTs with overland access, they're not in the most convenient locations at this time to get back there. And from here in Siren Song Bayou, we're going to run up this way, and there is a sign in case you get lost. It says Breast Cancer Awareness Bi-Athalon finish line to the southeast on the boat docks for fishing check-in. So, which is obviously that way, southeast boat docks. It's pretty big. It's got a balloon. It's got a big giant boat. You're going to need to run that way. This is where you're going to turn in all the flyers you've collected from racing around the world, minus the one speed pass or so that you might have obtained. And this is also where you're going to turn in anything that might have won you some free kodos, emotes, countach album cover art and stuff from the Make-A-Wish store, which is sponsored by Prism at this point. And you just really gonna come up here. You will find folks from Prism dressed much like you are, but we will have the color changing cloaks where you will turn in your flyers here, and then you'll be given your fishing list, and you can use any part of the island to fish. Keep in mind, when you fish, you want to fish a little bit in a spot and keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You don't want to keep fishing the same spot because your chances go down as you fish those spots out. Once you fished up the list, you will come back in here and say, hey, I've got my list, and turn it in again to a Prism race official. Likely me, Lace de la Morte, even though I'm on Jet Blackheart right now, but it'll be likely me to verify. Getting bait and stuff likely will be from some of the other Prism folks, but I want to just, verify because I know how I've documented some of the trophies and stuff with specific codes, so folks can't just reprint things and stuff like that. Anyway, that's it. And then, of course, you've seen this boat before. We've done it, the boat emote stuff. It's the Horny Stag. It hasn't been upgraded with the new mounts quite yet, but this is the finish line. So, I hope to see everybody out here October 22nd, 1 p.m. New Britannia time. Get your butts out here. Race for breast cancer. We're supporting this by buying things from the store. Other people have supported this by buying things from the store. And keep in mind, if you can't make the event, go buy something from the Make a Difference store and try to help make a difference.